I kind of understand why it's trending in the collective. And I know because there's so many people being invited to have these huge quantum leaps and upgrades, but there are things in their current physical world that need to adapt. So I'm going to hop right into this one. Now, stuck energy, or the feeling of being stuck. Welcome to the Wine and Spirits Portalcast, a gateway to go beyond the story, bring those big why questions out to play, and transcend them into spiritual understanding. I'm your host, Salwa, ascension guide, light code activator, imperfect human, weirdo who talks to spirits more than humans, and divine smartass on a mission to help activate the masses while enjoying the full spectrum of this human experience. Join me as we ask, receive, and activate. Today, I'm going to talk about something that my guides nudged me to hop on here and record a message for real quick. This was not planned. I actually had other episodes ready to go, but the energy of this is important to address right now. Apparently, it's trending in the collective, and that is why you might be feeling stuck. And let me define stuck, right? I'm not talking like Winnie the Pooh trying to get in the house to the honey and stuck in the hole and like just can't fit. Like, I'm not talking like just really physically stuck. I am talking like stuck energy in all the ways, and a point in your life where you're like, where am I going? Am I lost? Am I on the right track? Am I moving backwards? Am I moving forwards? Am I moving? You know, that energy, we've all kind of been there at some point or another. And it is a very heavy and shameful energy for some, because they don't understand what's happening behind the scenes. And as having been someone that has been in that stuck energy before and has deep dived into it to fully understand it, I kind of understand why it's trending in the collective. And I know because there's so many people being invited to have these huge quantum leaps and upgrades, but there are things in their current physical world that need to adapt. So I'm going to hop right into this one. Now, stuck energy, or the feeling of being stuck, it's a perception. It is not your reality. And that is the first thing that is important to know. So if you've been feeling quote unquote stuck, gift yourself the opportunity to rewrite that story and tell yourself, I'm in a place that I perceive to feel stuck, but you're not. And this is really, I hate to use this word because some people have stories around it, but this is like purgatory for your energy. This is like, I'm here to create my heaven on earth, but sometimes I feel like I'm creating my hell on earth. And in the meantime, I'm in purgatory because I don't know where this is all going. What's the big picture? I don't know. So what is important to know is that you are here to create your heaven on earth, and you are feeling stuck because you know that there's more. You know that where you are right now is not where you are going. There's a part of your soul and your energetic being that knows. There's a part of you that remembers your purpose and what it looks like when you're really fully activated in it. And there's a part of you that can acknowledge that you're not quite there yet. And a lot of times what happens is that people choose to become very busy to feel unstuck. And that is what you don't want to do. If you have this feeling of the unfolding of the next, which leads to this quote unquote, I keep putting in quotations because I don't want to subscribe to it, but that is how it is described by many. If you keep feeling stuck, you're really just in this unfolding period of what's next. What you need to also know is that there's a lot happening behind the scenes. Your energy might have already received an upgrade. Your physical body might just be trying to adapt to that upgrade. And the order that it goes is that first you receive it in energy, then your physical vessel needs to adapt, then your physical world adapts. When we throw things into our life to become busy, to avoid this feeling of stuckness, which is really energetic purgatory, we can really miss the signs from the divine of what's next. And we can really miss our energy leading us to what's next because we have filled our schedule with so much stuff. And stuff is a beautiful distraction. It is great noise because as long as there's noise You think the music's still playing, but that music is not the symphony that you showed up to play with. That is not the harmony that you are here to create. But you can really distract yourself from thinking about that because you become busy, so you feel productive. It is in our innate human nature to want to be busy, to feel like if we're being productive, we are on a path. But the path that we're actually on, which is going back to our multidimensional self, which requires us to give ourselves time and opportunity to tap into different facets of ourselves that won't happen if we become too busy with one, is that we risk really stepping into that. Which leads me to another point. The more evolved you are, the harder the question, what do you do, will become. I've talked about this before. And why it becomes hard is because what you really want to say is, I'm an energetic being, and what I do is I create physical manifestations of that energy, whatever it might look like. And if you can become comfortable saying, speaking it, even to yourself, that as what you do, you really free yourself from the story that you have to show up day after day doing any one thing. A lot of times we wait to co-create at a subconscious level things like getting fired, things like a business not succeeding, things like a relationship not working out, because we are meant to be tapping into more and we get comfortable in the doing of that because it appears to be working because it keeps us busy. But you're not here to be busy. You are here to be ascending. So the feeling of stuck, it's this, think of it as a summer break. You are in grade school and you are between 1 year and the next, and you just finished the exam and it's summer and you celebrate it and you rest because you know what is coming next. It's the next level. Can you start to look at your stuckness like that? Can you stop being so hard on yourself because you're comparing yourself to others who are on their own trajectory, their own timeline? So they maybe have been stuck last year and this year they're like on a roll. Now it's your turn to enter that energetic purgatory of redirecting your energy to the next. It is not failure. It is not negative. The perception of it is, and that is what needs to be shifted. If we can have faith that during this quote unquote stuck period, there is actually things being lined up for us so that our physical world can adapt to our energetic world so that we can step into our next, you will feel so much lighter. And you will actually enter the flow of ascension. Now, I do want to preface by saying that stuck energy does not mean be lazy. It means lean into the feelings. Look at your calendar. And if you don't have it full of meetings and you start to feel unseen, then you sit with that feeling. Do you need to sit in a bunch of Zoom calls and have, meetings and all the things to feel like you're being productive? Then maybe you haven't really noticed that your worth does not lie on a linear timeline of work. It means that maybe you don't have 5 meetings a week, but you have one where you show up with 5 times the energy and it just amplifies your work in this world. As we evolve and ascend, we are shifting out of the linear timeline. That is why time is speeding up, because the way that we look at time, the way that we use time is also shifting. So stuck energy, it is this place where we get invited to reassess how we work with time, how we consider ourselves productive. Are we really answering our soul's calling and stepping into our purpose, or are we in this operational world? And is that becoming our purpose? Your purpose is not to operate. What are the things in your life that work on an operational level but give you no fulfillment? Now your spirit team is looking out for you. And you better believe that if you are put in this place where you feel stuck, you actually agree to, at a soul level with them, to enter this until you hit that aha moment. And people that don't slow down to receive that, they get this, big intervention. That's when accidents happen, breakups, you name it. As I said earlier, you can choose to lean into this period or you can choose to co-create it with spirit. But what you do need to be excited about is what's on the other side. The stuckness is just a slowdown so that everything aligns for the next. There is nothing bad I see so many people that I check in with and I hear lately, yeah, I feel stuck. I feel stuck. And I, have to fight the urge to turn my conversation with friends at least into sessions. But I do wonder, and I want everybody, if you're feeling stuck, write this down. Why do I feel stuck? Next thing, what could I change in my mindset to make this period appear like the most abundantly thriving, best use of my time? What can I gain from it? Maybe my calendar is more open. Maybe I'm just not fulfilled with what I was doing and I'm making space for what's next. What can you do with your physical time so that this is a gift? This is a slowdown that gives you the next ascension, your graduation to the next level. But that's not going to show up for you if you're stuck in this stuckness. It's like trying to climb on this like muddy water, dirt, energy, instead of being like, oh, this is my therapy. Every time I step into this mud, I get to feel the resistance. I bring my foot up and I get to get a thigh workout. And I chose this and it's beautiful because on the other side, there's this brand new pasture and green land and whatever you want. Illustrate your stuckness to a story that gifts you something, because there's a lot of energetic upgrades happening. And for some people, faster than maybe they're ready for. I had, my stuck energy. Times I felt stuck. I move it quickly, but usually for me, it's an invitation into another energetic initiation. And I know that if I don't answer to that, I am going to continue to feel this stuckness and lack of gratitude and joy for my physical world. I will start to look around. It will not feel like it's enough. And I will start to question everything. But because this has happened to me 2 very clear times in the past couple months, now I know, oh, that's my cue to answer the call, to go have a board meeting with my council up there. And on the other side is an initiation. And yeah, it's a little grueling, but we're stepping into the next. And then all of a sudden I come back and my life is great. I'm like, oh my God, nothing's really changed. Same house, same people, but I am different. So the only stuckness was in me being ready to go from point A to point B or B to C, whatever, and that point in between. And for me, that period in between is onto me to take action, and I know how to answer it, but everybody's different. So stuck energy is really a gift to plan. It's a gift to assess what's behind you. Look at your past. What was working? What was fulfilling? What was draining? What was not fulfilling? What was shameful? What was something you're so proud of? What brought you joy? Assess all of it. Look into your future. And maybe you don't know where you want to go, but you know how you want to feel. Note that. And then stay in this period in the middle, knowing that you are going to take the lessons and blessings from the past and knowing what you want and what you don't want and the future and those feelings that you want. And then you are going to cook up something good and with less action, but more feeling, more attuning your vibration to those feelings you want in the future. And then that stuck energy is going to shift into reset energy. Reset energy that is going to gift you just a breath of fresh air as you step into the next. But not if you punish yourself as if you were in purgatory. People do that all the time. They feel stuck. They are so hard on themselves and they feel like they're useless. They feel like they're lost. But it's a period to really be found. It's a period to really reset into a newness. Can you receive it with joy and gratitude? Yes, you can. And I'll tell you why you can. Because at a soul level, you chose this stuck period. You chose it. It gifts you. Sit with it. Plan with it. Assess the past with it. It is a gift. And whenever it shows up, you will know how to work with it. And you will remove the feelings of shame around it. And when your friends call and they ask you how you're doing and they're launching all these things and they seem to be killing it and you feel like you're just sitting, be like, I am in this beautiful place of stillness. I'm being gifted time to assess and to plan. And this is really what God source energy is. It is just stillness. It is bliss. It is everything and nothing all at once. So if you can start looking at your stuckness as time connecting with God, as time connecting with source energy, and find the power in that, you will be exponentially expedited into your next, because that shows that you are ready to not judge your inner world by what you see around you, by what you see on your calendar, by even what you see in your bank account. Yeah, we need money to survive, but if that's going to be the thing that tells you how well you're doing and thriving, then you are really needing to reassess your main currency, because your main currency is energy. It's the love that you feel for all the emotions and the knowing that they all work with you. So enjoy your stuckness, and let's rebrand that one to God time. I am being gifted so much time to sit still with God. Check in with me next month, because I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going from this. And while you're doing that, hold space for your friends that are moving fast, knowing that their next quote unquote stuck period is coming, because this is unity consciousness. We are all riding different waves that balance each other out, and we hold space for each other, knowing that we are never above or below anybody. We are simply working together in this web of earth and humanity, and we hold space and love for where everybody's at without letting that determine or tell us how we're doing. We are doing how we feel. Enjoy your quote unquote stuckness, enjoy your source time, and enjoy feeling into what you want next. You are on track. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I wholeheartedly hope you received a spark of inspiration, comfort, or new perspective in today's episode. Your support is truly appreciated and necessary on the mission of this Portalcast. If you feel it, please like, comment, share with your world, and leave a review. Stay tuned for the next episode coming soon, and follow on all social platforms linked in the description for all updates. To submit your own why questions to be featured in the show, shoot me a message. Until next time, may the activating life force be with you.